Numero uno, Nico Sensei. Petit son dak, petit son dak. Petit son dak, petit son dak. Chimso chika for the chaka ede. Yeah, broke no long combo. You guys are listening to Joy FM on 92.1. Let's go.
Like I said, that we should get to dive into that conversation today on a Tuesday. So we call this day as Tell the Truth Tuesday right here on the JF Lunch on Joy FM. And today, from that song, I'm sure you would tell that we want to get to have a conversation with Plight, Intellect right here as we get to find out about his new joint that he dropped recent, and we decided to get to play you one of his songs that I feel like you must be familiar with. A slow song. I remember the first time we played it on radio, I was having some doubts whether people are going to like the song, but because you played your cards so right, and I heard the song on the street. How you doing? Welcome on the J for Lunch.
I'm okay, man. It's good.
How have you been? Just you walking through the studio right now, coming through.
Yeah.
Someone telling me saying Plight is by the reception, and he's a bit doubting, saying, Alipo Mugaizu.
It's been like that.
Where have you been?
I always want to work first, and then when I start putting out things, I would have already done most of the work.
Don't you feel it's affecting your work? Music is like a baby.
Yeah, true. Actually, I noticed I've received a lot of complaints with regards to how I put out music. I've not been consistent. Yeah, I've not been consistent. And initially, I think I was very casual about it. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I'll do music when I want to. Like, I take it very casually. But now I've noticed it's a serious thing. It's a responsibility. So I'll take it as a responsibility, and I'll be consistent going forward, because a lot of people have complained.
I remember last time you even said the same thing. I still have I know the interview that you and I have done. I remember we had the conversation and you said, this time I'm serious.
Yeah.
And now you're back again saying, this time again I'm serious. Please, can you confirm
That's a nice one.
I have all the interviews that you have done, in case you're doubting.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought it out, because I can surely confirm this time around that I'm taking it very seriously, because I've received tons and tons of messages from people. I used to think I could just do music, put it out. I didn't know the effect it had on some people, and people came out in the open and said, your music affects me this way and things like that. And it was so genuine that you could tell that it's authentic. Someone is really trying to express themselves. So I was like, going forward, I'm taking everything very seriously. The last time I think I did speak of an album, and now I've already started making arrangements for the album. Seriously, on a serious note, like I've said, I always try and do the background work and then I'll start talking about it. So at least I've already done some background work with regards to an album. I'll be dropping singles away from the album, but there's also an album coming in November on the 6th. Mm-hmm.
So it seems like this year everything is planned.
Yeah, this year everything is planned. I think the other challenge was I had to juggle so many things in the corporate side of things, like the corporate side of me. So we had so many challenges on that end, and as a result, it's like I decided to give my best to that side of me, and I decided to neglect the music side of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But now I'm going back to how I started, because I was still in the corporate circle. So now I'm trying to blend, and now I'm saying I should blend the two and make sure they work together. Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest? It's a blessing to have your number, because on its own, you always post some quotes. Every day. Some are funny, some I disagree to them. Some have love things to do with it. Sometimes I even get to think, is Plight an emotional person? Like, I'm trying to put you somewhere. I'm being honest right now.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you.
That's
because I see them, and I see how you write things. I see someone who believes in love but not too much.
Oh yeah, true.
Let's have that conversation. I need to know who is coming on the show. I need to understand what type of person that person is. But let's have that conversation. Like these
Yeah.
things that you post, are these things that maybe represent plight?
Yeah, they do represent Plight. Everything I post actually represents Plight. And it's interesting that you brought it out because a number of people have actually told me about it. Like, I follow your post. I've had, very senior people who I meet and then they tell you, I follow your post. I was wondering what you were trying to say when you said that. And, with regards to love, what I've noticed is that the world is preaching love from a different angle. You see, so the masses are lost because they are being told what is not really true about love. So most of my posts, when I make a post about love, I'm trying to bring out the actual truth, For starters, I'll give an example. Everyone thinks love is based on a feeling. Like, a spontaneous feeling will start between you and someone and then it will grow into love. And that's already a lie because love is a choice. It's a choice you have to make. So you meet a person, you know things about them. Knowledge, synonymous with truth. You know things about them. Then you make a choice based on that. And every choice you make, you have to live by it. Because then, if you're basing it on feelings, tomorrow you're not going to feel like being with this person. Something will happen that will make you not feel like being with this person because you made a choice. And that choice grows on the basis of the knowledge and the things you get to do with the person. So basically, that's like an idea. But you find that the world is preaching, self-independence, me first, and things like that. But that's not the whole essence of being a human being. The beauty about being a human being and being on earth, if you've noticed, the principle is things like sharing. That's what even love is based on. Yeah, so I try to preach that in the quotes I put out.
Okay, guys, if you haven't followed Plight on his social media, make sure you do that. There's so much that you can get from there. And speaking about realistic conversation, I'm just finding out from you, trying to find out if your posts are really from Plight, because we've seen people pretend who are they are not.
Yeah, true.
And we've seen some copy and paste type of arrangement
Yeah,
where I see
exactly.
something from you, then I copy and
Yeah,
paste.
yeah,
And I
exactly.
put it without giving credit right there.
True.
Do you feel there are quite a number of artists, local artists, that still live by the saying that says, fake it until you make it?
Yeah, there are a lot actually.
Yeah.
A lot.
But this question goes with another question. Would you rather not show off your success or show off your success? How does it go with you?
So for me, maybe it also depends on how a person is looking at it. Certain times you decide to do something. Let's say you go to a club, then you decide to get maybe 10 champagne bottles. Maybe that's already way over 50,000 kwacha. Maybe on that day, that's a feeling you got. You're not really trying to show off, but for some people, it'll be like you're trying to show off. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, for me, the ultimate goal is freedom. I should be free to decide not to wake up on a given day, to decide, today I don't want to wake. Today I just want to sit at home. Or today I want to take a trip and go see a place. Or today I want to visit this place. The ultimate goal should be freedom. So what I decide to do with that freedom, to some people it may look like, oh, I'm showing off. To some people it will be like, oh, okay. I'm able to do this, so I'm free to do this. I want to do it.
Do you think Zambians love humble people? I don't know how you describe being humble, but like you said, if today you bought one of the expensive cars right now and you posted it on social media, some people will take it as you're bragging. For some people who understand, saying he worked hard for this.
Yeah, I think it's about perception, but I think everyone has got the right to say, let's say, if they work hard, they buy a car, they post it on social media. If for them that's the way they're expressing whatever it is that is going on in their life, or maybe they're trying to communicate with a certain group of people, I think they have the right to do it. They have the right to do it. At the end of the day, for like in my case, I do go out clubbing too much. I'll buy bottles and things like that, but you never see me putting them on the status, because I feel like I'm not sending out any message by putting out champagne bottles on the status. I'd rather put maybe a pic and some quote, on a status. But for some people, they'll put that because maybe for them, they're trying to tell their friend that, oh, okay, this is what I was doing last night or last weekend and things like that. But I think everyone has the right to say, okay, this is what is happening to me. Though I feel there's where you need to draw a line. I feel like we are getting so much of cheap dopamine. Yeah, so by dopamine, I mean, when you're trying to achieve a goal, and before you achieve it, there are certain things that happen. So you find that, let me give a practical example. You want to buy this very expensive car. So instead of working hard to actually get the expensive car, you go and get a pic of the car. And then you decide to share it maybe on your status, you post it on social media. Then people start saying, oh, wow, nice, and hey, you've done this, nice. So you start receiving those complimentary messages or compliments. And then your body reacts to those compliments. It makes you feel good. It releases sense receptors, release those biochemical substances that make you feel good because people are praising you for something. But you're forgetting that you haven't actually gotten that thing. So we're in that state, we're in that area where there's so much of cheap dopamine, especially from social media. So we need to know where to draw the line. Like, for instance, I can get to do something, but I don't want to show it off to the world to say, okay, so that I receive praises for something I don't want to receive praises for. Well, for something I know it's nothing. For me, I look at it as nothing. But for some people, maybe that is a big thing for them. So they want to celebrate it and get some kind of appraisal for it so that they can move on to the next milestone.
Let's talk about your music. Away from that, let's have a conversation about something that we are here. The agenda is talk about your music. Are we expecting a first song from your songs?
Yeah.
Like all your songs, the tempo is like
mellow, yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, there's been this tradition. I've seen, like, I've been in some studio session. Artists will sit down and just have that interaction, saying each man swanga vini. In most cases, most artists, like 85%, would rather have a vibe to song than this type of your music.
True.
Did you sometimes get disadvantage to such music?
No, I don't look at music that way. So for me, actually, that has been a discussion with producers. I remember one time with Stash, we were arguing about something. Then I was telling I want the song to be like this, and he was like, no, I want to. They won't relate to it. People now want to dance. They want to go to the club and dance. Yeah, but my interest is not to really make people dance. My interest is to affect someone's life, listen to an experience in a song that maybe they're passing through or is similar to what they're passing through, and realize that they're not alone, and realize that there's always a way, and things like that. That's my interest. I want to do music that has meaning. Of course, getting to dance to a song is also meaning because then it's part of being human. But when doing music, I'm trying to put out art in a certain way, in a certain dimension and perception, and my interest is not just the dimension of dancing and things like that. Of course, dancing at the end of the day is part of us being human and getting excited and things like that. But I want art that people can listen to, something that can stand the test of time, something that is timeless. So if you've noticed, most of my music is mellow and things like that. It's not a vibe that is in the danceable trend, like, okay, we're dancing to this on the weekend. And I should say most of the songs, even the songs I've been putting out and the songs on the album, they're in that nature. But I should have, I think, 1, 2, 3 songs that where you're just trying to say, okay, today let's be hyped up, let's try and put out and shake our shoes and things like that.
So when you do such music that you do you also understand the fact that there's a certain audience that you're reaching out? There's also another audience that won't understand. They feel like, oh, I'm not in the mood to this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because for me, I know music is subjective. So music is subjective. So I'm not looking at. My interest is not to build a very large audience and then say, okay, no, listen to my music. I'm not going out there to ask for votes for my music, no. I'm just reaching out to people who can relate to the music, and then they can follow it if they decide to follow it. So the idea that music is subjective, for some people it all makes sense for them because then maybe they're not in that state of fear or they're not in that kind of dimension where they would want to relate to the music. Maybe they're going through some things where, okay, for today I just don't want this type of music. It's depressing or it's making me feel a certain type of way. I just want music that will make me hyper, get to dance. That's very okay with me. So I'm not doing music to bottom line make people dance. No, I'm doing music for people to heal from inside, people to relate to it, people to know, oh, okay, I'm actually going through this experience, but there's always a way out of it.
80% want to blow up, not make music. Do you feel that is affecting a lot of people not to do great music?
Yeah, it is. And currently, if you've noticed, our Zambian music has no direction. There's no single direction because I think we're looking at, oh, the South Africans have done well with this type of music, let's copy into it. Oh, the Nigerians have done well with this type of music, let's copy into it. I think that's what is happening. So you find an artist has some identity but decides to say, okay, now I just want to do this kind of song because I wanted to play in the clubs, I wanted to play on the streets and things like that. Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, there's this principle that it does not belong to us. You know, the way does not belong to us. So what it means is that don't look at the result. Like, okay, I want the song to be danceable and things like that. Look at the spirit and soul you're putting into your art or into your work. And then the byproducts of what you're putting in, your effort, the spirit and soul you're pouring into your work, is going to come. It's either going to be, or people are relating to it. Have you seen even on our biggest streaming platforms, like on a global scale, the biggest songs are not danceable songs. The biggest songs are not danceable songs. You know, you've got songs like from Sam Smith, songs from Adele or Adele. They are very
There's a
mellow.
song by this woman. Is it I've been drinking?
Oh, Libyanka.
Yeah,
Libyanka.
like
Yes.
that's not the first song.
Yeah, so if you notice, Libyanka is now trending. She's like the biggest female artist in terms of monthly listeners on Spotify currently. She's way above 17 million monthly listeners. And she's now getting so much of collaborations outside. I like the idea that she's also a sound engineer and she got so much exposed to the way our counterparts are doing music. And that song is really doing very well. And now the likes of Davido, Whiskey want to work with her, but she's from Cameroon and things like that. So she's done well with that song. And if you notice, that song has got so much message. It's got so much meaning. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, the message, if you listen to the beats, the instrumentation, they're all bringing out that message. You know, there's so much heart and spirit into it. And it's done very well. I think it's doing very well on so much, on the platforms, on major streaming platforms.
Let's talk more on the other side. For now, right here, he's here to get talk about his brand new record with J Cash. The title of the song is If I Live. It also has Killer. Eish, man. Killer's been getting amazing feedback on the streaming platforms. Let's talk about that on the other side. But for now,
Yeah, I'd like to talk about
let's
Killer.
talk about that later.
Yeah.
Playing more music. This is your favorite radio station. Your number one. Your number one.
I'm feeling it. Stash on the beat. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Doesn't really matter what people say. Promise I'll never go away. I'm gonna be with you. You're gonna be with me. Doesn't really matter what people say. Promise I'll never go away. Oh, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I'm gonna be with you. Hey.
All these voices in my head keep talking. Only thing I wanna do is get lost in conversations with you until it's morning. Take a walk in my shoes, you see I'm falling. I've been on this road tonight, trying to get to you on time. Called you by my side. I wanna love you for life. Don't let him tell you no lie. Tell me if you need me, I will be there when you call me. Doesn't really matter what they say, you know I'm all in. And if you're falling, I'll be a moment. I'll take you places, baby. All you gotta do is call me. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Doesn't really matter what people say. Promise I will never go away. I'm gonna be with you. You're gonna be with me. Doesn't really matter what people say. Promise I'll never go away. I'm gonna be with you. I wanna be with you. I'm gonna be with you.
I've been hella patient through every situation. I'm real, I can never fake it. Hey, I believe we gonna make it. Hey, I've been up until the morning, just waiting for you to call me. I'll admit you had me falling, and for you I'm going on. And I be in the streets making moves. All I'm thinking about is you. In the north side, take a view. No cap, baby, you the truth. Got me making hits in the booth. Picture me and you in the coupe. Feel free, hands out the roof. I like everything you do. I'm here forever, ayy. For you, I'm doing whatever, ayy. North face for the weather, ayy. Climb a mountain together, ayy. I'm chasing this cheddar, ayy. You make it better, ayy. We gon' see better days. Cause we forever pray.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Doesn't really matter what people say. Promise I'll never go away.
The coolest DJ.
So I'm still having a conversation with Plight, Intellect right here on the Jeff Lounge on Joy FM. That is one of his songs right there. So we're talking in the backgrounds. Finally, someone is working on something, huh?
Yeah.
Can I say it? Is
Sure.
working on a video?
Sure.
Tell us about this record right here. Be With You. Maybe I remember we did have a conversation about it last time we had an interview. You take your time in dropping videos, in dropping
Yeah,
songs.
that's the other disappointing thing. Actually.
Yeah. Is it disappointing, or maybe you make sure that you perfect your craft?
I think there's also the element of trying to set a standard with the work that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I've taken so much time because I wasn't decisive enough to decide on whether to do a video locally, use a local videographer, or get to do a video outside the country and try and set a new standard with regards to how videos are done. But now I'm trying to say, let me get certain things done because people have been asking for a video for this song. A lot of people write, you're sitting on this song, this is a big record, you're sitting on it, let's have the visuals for it. So I said, let me get it done.
All right, so let's talk about the other thing before playing that song. I wanted to find out from you your brand new song that features Killer. I want to find out from you. He's not too famous in Zambia, but he's getting amazing streams.
Yeah, that we're talking about Libianca, right?
Yeah.
So Libianca has got 17 million monthly listeners. Killer got something more than that. I think he almost got up to 20 million monthly listeners. He has a song which is over 53 million streams on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you notice, those are international streams. They are not streams like regional streams, like you'd get streams on Boomplay, like maybe from Zambia. Those are like from different countries, so even the pay is different. The way streaming platforms pay. they'll pay you differently from streams coming from Zambia, like the region of Zambia, Malawi, and they'll pay you more for streams coming. Maybe you have the UK, Australia, the United States, Germany, France. They'll pay you more for that because then your streams are international streams. Yeah, and Killer did some amazing work. He had some very good numbers, but I'm surprised why we never celebrated him in Zambia. Libianca is being celebrated in Nigeria currently and in her hometown, Cameroon. But Killer did better than those numbers. Currently, I'll give an example. Uncle Waffles in SA just hit 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And she's being celebrated. I've seen blogs and print media printing it out. But that's just 1 million. Killer got more than 17 million monthly listeners. He's got 53 million streams on a song. I didn't see major media outlets doing anything about it or being celebrated in Zambia. I think he's what we can call an international artist because then he did international streams. He got paid from an international perspective and things like that. So I think it's also about what we were talking about earlier. Like music is subjective, you know. So for some people, maybe that doesn't really matter. But I think as Zambians, we are so fond of saying, oh, this is our own, he's done this and things like that. And I think what Killer managed to achieve, because no artist in Zambia has done so, if you go to Spotify right now, I think he must be sitting at 2 million monthly listeners, which is better than people like Uncle Waffles. Yeah, but we are still not celebrating him. So
What do you think can be the reason why such things happen? Is it
I think
maybe...
it's also about our society. You know, our society consumes content, especially on social media. Most of the content is, I would say, it's not enlightening content. It's not content that is at that level where our society can be informed accordingly and society can say, okay, let's settle for this. So I think our society settles for things that they've been consuming all along. Like there's been so much faking it on social media. There's been so much, okay, let's dramatize something so that we get a following. There's been so much, let's come up with some
Scandals?
Yeah.
to get quick feedback?
Yeah, like, okay, yeah, there's been so much of that, and people settle for it and things like that. And then there's also too much of misinformation. Yeah, like we say, there are a lot of artists faking it, a lot of them actually, and people trying to claim they've got the money and things like that. But I don't think it's time to claim we've got the money. I think it's time to just put in the work, because if you look at the level at which we are at in terms of music, we're not at that level we can compare to our counterparts. Like, you know, South Africans have been doing music with the Nigerians. South Africans have the region, southern region. They don't have the international scene or even the African scene, but they have the southern region. But Nigerians have the international scene now, and South Africans are trying to bridge that gap because they're doing collaborations with Nigerians. They're very smart about it. You know, they're passing us over because they know there's no value they can get from us. And currently, if you noticed, we abuse things in Zambia. Like, we would say, okay, we've been talking about an international artist. We have the likes of Killer, who's been sort of like ridden over. But he's got the numbers to say he's an international artist, and then been pushing this agenda, okay, no, there's this. But to be honest, I don't like giving diplomatic statements and things like that. There's nothing international we've done in Zambia. We failed to sell our culture. We could concentrate on certain things about our culture that we can sell, you know, like what the Nigerians have done. You know, they've even started making international stars like Chris Brown sing in that kind of culture. Like, you know, Chris Brown gets on a song with Fireboy, Diana, and he rhymes in a Nigerian style, Nigerian vernacular and things like that. So we can try and look at our strengths as Zambians. Of course, it's not something that someone would agree to and things like that.
Speaking about that, I wanted to get to find out, because these are conversations that I've had with so many artists. We complain about things, less action. What is our strength? Let's talk about the strength that you have seen. Saying, okay, I think we have this strength that we have not been working towards.
Yeah, so if you look at, we're being affected so much by what is coming from outside, you know, Western culture and things like that. Yeah, but if we were to go down and identify, we do have strengths, but we just need to identify them. And one of the things we need to do is learn from countries like China. You know, China took 50 years down the line looking at what they could do to become an identity on the world map. And we are not looking at sort of like reckoning a force like that of China, but we're looking at what we could even do just for the region, like, okay, Malawi, Namibia, this region, maybe 8 countries surrounding us. If we look at what makes us Zambian, if we look at the things that we have, if we look at the languages that we have and certain identities we can find in our languages, in our culture, we can identify our strengths, like the Copper Belt tried to do something in their music, because you could see that is trying to send out this culture, which was a Zambian culture, though it's a Coppola thing. But they did very well with the identity, It's very easy to identify this is a Coppola song. And if you notice, the culture started spreading. It even started reaching Lusaka, where, it's a Coppola thing. There's a Coppola song. You can feel it and things like that. But we haven't done it as a country, We haven't done it as a country. And of course, maybe we could fuse the Coppola thing with maybe what we find in Southern Province. Certain strengths we can pick up in Southern Province. And then identify Zambian blueprint in terms of music. Then we can say our culture, and we can say, okay, let it dominate the 8 countries surrounding us. We start with a region, then we pick it up from there.
There's a post that I wrote on social media. I would also want to get your opinion. I wrote something saying, stop taking music as side hustle. I don't know, when you see such a post, what comes in your mind? Because in most cases, when you're doing a business and you're not putting so much into that business, what you expect is loss. And in most cases, I've seen this happening where few artists are proud to say I'm an artist as a job, but most artists are proud to say I'm an artist, but part-time.
Okay.
I do music part-time. If it so happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, I have a plan B.
I think it's not really like, the idea is not to look at it like if it doesn't happen, then have a plan B. I think the idea is just to get to do something. It doesn't really matter whether you're doing it part-time or you're doing it full-time. I think the bottom line is to make sure that you're doing it. And at the end of the day, don't linger on 2 points to say if it happens or if it doesn't happen. Because like I said initially, the way does not belong to us. So for me, of course, I decided not to do music as a full-time thing, but at some point it's like it's part of me, so I can simply say I'm doing it. And I'm not doing it to say, okay, if it doesn't work, then I'll opt for something else. And then you don't know what you want. And you basically don't know what you want. And you have to settle for something and make a choice, a decision to say, okay, I'm doing music. It could be part-time because maybe you want to find some time for other things. But at the end of the day, don't make it like an issue where you want to dodge the idea. Like, oh, okay, the reason why I'm not doing this, or maybe the reason why I'm not trending, or the reason why I'm not doing this is because I'm doing music part-time. You see, I'm not doing it like the others. But if you're doing it, get to do it, get to do it. Looking at the point you brought out, like, okay, maybe you're taking it as a side hustle or something. Whether it's a side hustle, it's a business, so you have to take it as a business. And at the end of the day, you have to look at, are you making any sensible thing out of it? Are you getting anything out of it? Whether it's party-time, it has to make sense, because then that's the reason why you place it as a party-time thing. It will have to make sense. Yeah. Otherwise, I think you can get to do a lot. You can do another thing. I think the addition I can make is you don't have to settle for one thing in life. You have to have multiple streams of income. But those multiple streams of income, they are not like options. They are actually there to support each other, like multiple streams of income. And I think this has been done by so many artists. We've got the likes of Jay-Z who've been doing business and been doing music as well. We've got so many artists there. If you've seen even the artists in SA now, the likes of Casper, they've been moving to say, okay, let me push the music, get the numbers, but let me use the numbers to make a business work. And I've been doing that, yeah.
Amazing. Still having a conversation with our today's guest right here on the J for Lunch. Let's go straight to his brand new song on the other side. Hoping that we get to pick up a few calls and get to find out what do you think about his brand new song. The title is If I Leave. It has J Cash, J Mola, not forgetting Killer.
I'll stay away from your charm, baby.
'cause you give me reasons. You know I can't fight. But when I see you sad, I'll make it my business to make sure you smile, to make sure you're fine. But if I leave, you know I tried to love you, but it wasn't enough for you. Oh no, if I leave, you know I tried to love you, but it wasn't enough for you. Oh no, no.
Yeah,
If I
I'm
leave,
playing the song, we in the building.
if I leave, I'm gone.
I prayed, yeah, killed all my pride for you, it's all gone. I always check up on you before dawn. Normally we quarrel, we are in the quarrel. I'ma still hit you up, spaza pita ntau, but I feel like you've been taking me for granted. Ningankale na wakumbali if I wanted, but I choose peace, we all know nili na market. Niona mongati wambomela mapepe. Trust if I leave, ni no langa na pokumbuyo. Wama pita but no langa na pokumbuyo. Cause I respect you but you don't reciprocate. One day nizaka kusia I'll relocate. Dang, oh now you got me in my feelings. Nimvela monga nezepe meaning. Yeah, hello heartbreak ilipe healing. Ndiwe uzaluza I'll be winning. You really can't know what you got but got you dizzy. If you lost interest it's a patikizi. I still got love but are you worth it? If I'm not your business uzachusa more profit. Cash J Paul.
You know I tried to love you, but it wasn't enough for you. Oh no, if I leave, you know I tried to love you, but it wasn't enough for you. Oh no, no.
If I leave, I'm not coming back. I chose you, I put that tattoo on my heart. There's been times when I've been on your side. Times when I couldn't get you out of my head. I need you by my side. I know you see, and I always hold you down, down, down. But you don't do the same for me, girl. I'm tired of trying. My love's expiring. Oh, can you blame me, baby, blame me? I'm not trying to get hurt, so no more wasted effort, no.
I'll stay away from your charm, baby, 'cause you give me reasons. You know I can't fight. But when I see you sad, I'll make it my business to make sure you smile, to make sure you're fine. But if I leave, you know I tried to love you, but it wasn't enough for you. If I
Play more
leave,
music.
So that's the song that we're talking about today, right here on the Joyful Lunch on Joy FM. Brand new song all the way from Plight, Intellect. That's J Cash, J Muller, and also we're getting Killer right there. So maybe give us a brief story about the song. What's the message? What inspired you to write this song?
Yeah, so if you've seen the trend nowadays is that if you have this beautiful girl, like very beautiful, a lot of guys are trying to get her. She tries to hone the beauty, like use the beauty as a bypass. You know, like you can be dating her, but she can decide to do anything. So because she's beautiful, she would always want to use, I know, I'm like a big trophy for you and things like that. So she'll make mistakes and then she'll still want to come back and just want to use her beauty and say, yeah. For you, it's like, it's like an opportunity, it's like a privilege, you know,
Okay.
to be with her. So
Yeah.
she's like, she just wants to do whatever she wants to do. And, you know, you can forgive her because she's a hot cake and things like that.
Yeah.
You see, that's the trend now. On the other side, for the girls, for the females, it's like, if this guy's got the money, you know, I can decide to have so many girls, you know. I have the money, I'll provide whatever you need. So I can have so many girls. If I can make mistakes and things like that, I'll just cover them up with the money. Like, okay, you meet me with another woman now, I'll just decide, okay, I'll give you money and things like that. So now you're saying, don't take me for granted. You know, the girl is saying, you might have the money and things like that, but I'll be there for you. You have to stick to me, you know. Because then, if not, that's not the case. Then, if I decide to leave, then I'm gone. You know, don't think I'm there just because you're this hot thing or you're this hot cake. The day I decide to leave because you're no longer making any sense for me, then I'm gone. You know, consider it done.
I was telling you, saying I love the production of the song. Maybe tell us the input as well that you did put in, just on the audio part.
Yeah, so I worked with so many people. You know, it's no more like you're starting out a song. Maybe you pay on average in Zambia, you pay a producer 2,500 kwacha. But on this one, I paid a couple of people that amount. Like, you pay this one 2,500, you pay this one 3,000, you pay. So if you notice the song, just the production, was way over 27 kwacha because you're paying this one just for this part. Okay, you're paying this one just to do the mixing. You're paying this one just to bring in extra melodies. You're paying this one to create the skeleton. Yeah, you're paying this one to look at the lyrics and make sure they're making sense and things.
If you
like
spend
that.
such amount of money on an audio, what of the video? Okay, so why do you do that for you yourself?
I feel like I was explaining, you know, we failed to bring value on the table as Zambians. So I also try and put in the value in the work that I do because then at the end of the day, the only thing you can ever do in life is exchange value for value. Even when you work on yourself as a being, you're only trying to create value around you so that even when the next person, like I'll give an example, PMC Media, that's like you creating value around you. Because then if Plight thinks of launching something, they'll think of PMC because they know they can get that value from PMC, you see. And that's basically what we need to do when we're putting in the work into something. You have to create the value. So that even when the next person thinks of something, they'll know they'll get value from that person. Yeah, and that way you never go out of opportunities as a person because then every now and then someone thinks of something, they say, okay, we can obtain that value from that person. And that's what we also need to create for the music industry in Zambia because we haven't put in the value such that people from SA can say, oh, we can get value in terms of music from Zambia. Or the Nigerians can say, we can get value in terms of music from Zambia. So it's about creating the value. And we have the capacity for value because based on, if we talk in terms of the Christianity, God created us with all that capacity. His love, He gave us everything. He provided everything. So we work based on the idea that He's made provisions. So we can create the value. Yeah, we create the value. So I always try to create value when I'm making music.
Call us up if you can right now. Tell us where you're listening from. Tell us what you think about the song we're just from playing right now by Plight, Intellect. The number that you're calling me up is 0977 165 743. Let us know what do you
have
think
a giveaway
about the song. Okay, there's some giveaway. Okay. What are we giving today?
So we're giving a branded Plight Intellect cape and a t-shirt and
Okay.
200 kwacha.
Guys,
Yeah.
hey!
It's going
Did you
on,
just say 200 kwacha?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's pick up a call. Already people are calling in right now. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Ati Bwanji, boss. Modi Bwanji.
Check with my boss. How are you?
Bueno. How you doing?
I'm right, thanks. How are you doing?
Great. Your name and where you calling us from, boss?
My name is Jonas.
All right, so Mr. Jonas, Tilikona ma Plight pa Joy FM pan. Is there anything that you'd like to find out or maybe any comment on his brand new song?
I actually like this. You say my ringtone.
Are you serious? Where did you get the song?
I for the Instagram when it was playing, I
Okay.
started to record it.
Serious?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
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 Plight.
No, it's glad to hear from you, Jonas. I know you're one of the fans, Plight Intellect
Yes, I am.
fans. You must be following Plight Intellect. And I remember doing a giveaway some time back, and I think I should announce. Another giveaway, right? 500 kwacha, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll make sure you get your 500 kwacha. I think for this one, let's give it out to someone who hasn't gotten anything.
Bad luck. No, na boss.
But your 500 kwacha will be sent to you. Don't worry.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Just send your details to the page.
To to the page or this number?
No, send
on
them
this
to the
page.
page. Since for this giveaway, it was done away from this place.
Oh, all right.
All right,
Okay,
thanks.
thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate it. Seems like people have been following you, huh? You are doing your tour. Well, they are on the road on the tour with you as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
But
true.
anyways, call us up. Let us know where you're listening from. Plight is giving away a 200 kwacha and also
A t-shirt and a
t-shirt, guys. A t-shirt. Okay, I can see it in the studio right now. So you can call me up right now. Let us get interactive. 200, guys. 200 kwacha. Okay, what can we give like idea? Are you going to be asking them a question?
Yeah,
or maybe...
sure. Definitely, we've had a discussion about a number of things. But
Yeah.
of course, we'll ask
So-
some simple questions about maybe the latest release, some of Plight Intellect songs.
Okay, so the number is 0977-165-743. 0977-165-743. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Afternoon, how are you?
Great. I can hardly get you. Your name or the where you're calling us from?
Eddie, calling you from Kapanan.
Okay, so Eddie, muli live pa Joy FM pano. Tikona ma Plight. Mwaimvera nkani yakasote na t-shirt plus na ka 200 kwacha. Okay, so are you ready for the question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Plight.
Eddie, how are you?
I'm okay, Plight, how are you?
I'm okay. So I started out music in 2020, right?
Sorry?
I started out music in 2020. I put out a song. What's
Yes,
entitled "You" featuring the late Dave and Your Maps. What's the
Sorry?
second song?
Try to speak up.
He says he started his music career in 2020.
Yes, yes.
So he did a song with Yo Mops and the late Dave.
Yes.
Yes. So
What?
he's trying to find out what was his second song that he dropped after that song.
The second song was Changes, featuring Chef 197.
Ah, okay. Eddie, you know why I gave you that question?
Yes, yes.
Because I know you've won these giveaways from the other side. So I wanted to give you a very difficult question. So
Why are you following Plight, guys? No ways. This is my show. Why are you
So
following him?
that's not really correct. So go back to your books and check what was the second song.
Eddie, call us back if you can, bruh. Call us back. 200 kwacha, boss. 0977-165-743. Still the number that you're calling us up right here on the Jeff Lunch on Joy FM. You walk away with a 200 plus a t-shirt. Not forgetting Kaswateka Cape. It depends on how quick you are with Google as well. Can help you. I'm giving you a leakage. Can help you, trust me. So call us up on the number 0977-165-743 right here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm all right, boss. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Guy calling you from Matelo North.
Okay, kambani nice boss. Adi bwanji tina Plight pa Joy FM pano. Chituzali muri mwezona boss. Chituzali zona. Mfuna mumbereko kafunso maybe kaya siniziba. Kufunse ni funso.
Kakweshe nje.
Okay, Plight boss.
Garips, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
How come you know this guy?
Yeah, since I know all these people, they've been very good with the following the page and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so Garips,
Yes.
I'll ask you a very different question because I feel like you guys know so much. So if I ask you a simple question, it will be very easy for you, right? So actually, we did discuss something with PMC concerning value.
Pardon?
Were you following this interview from the start?
Yes.
Okay. So we spoke about something to do with value. I don't know where you're heading to with the question. Yeah?
Are you with us, guys?
Yes, I'm listening.
We did speak about value, and then we did talk about how much was put into the song. Are you able to give us an estimate?
For the song, the audio, the latest release, it cost over 20,000 for the production.
So you're with us.
That was easy. That was easy. Please, can you give me 200, please? He was following from the start.
Yeah, he was. He deserves it. Okay. All right, so you win yourself a cape, a t-shirt, and the 200 kwacha.
All right, thank you.
I was hoping it was going to be someone I don't know.
Boss, you're 200 in Jamwai. So how do they get the money?
The money can be sent, or I can leave it in the hands of the station, or they can send a message.
Both sides is okay. I think boss munga in the chepa Facebook you have Plight intellect. Go there and send your details, your NRSC and other things, and apply to also grab for us and send it as well, just for proof's sake. So we can also share on our social media handles. So yeah, just do that just now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming through. So we just had one to walk away, right?
Yeah, we just
Okay.
had one, unfortunately.
It was Plight. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about, maybe that you felt like you needed to discuss about right here before we get to call it a wrap?
I'm just sending a word of encouragement to people out there. You know, the people are going through a lot of things. There are difficult times. It could be finances. But there's always this story, like, you know, when you plant seed, you don't go back and, you know, you dig it out and say, is it growing? You want to check whether it's growing. When you plant seed, you leave it in the soil and you remain hopeful and you know that for a certainty, if you water it, it's going to germinate and it will uproot, or it will shoot. So when you're going through things, just concentrate, focus on the effort you're putting in to resolve whatever it is you're going through. Focus on the effort. And definitely, for as long as you're in line with the truth and you're doing the right thing, things will come forth. Things will come your way. Yeah, true. And like we spoke, the discussion we had about value. Make sure you're a valuable person. Develop your skills. Work on your skills. Work on your personal person. Work on yourself. Work on your confidence. Work on a lot of skills. Right now, the world has advanced to a stage where you don't necessarily need to go into a class. You know, we've got all these tools on our smartphones which you don't make use of. You know, make use of them. You start a school today, learn about things. Go on YouTube, you can learn so many skills on YouTube. Yeah, in the course of 1 month, you can learn a lot. Work on yourself, you know, become skillful. Then that value, you can exchange that value for money.
Amazing. It was great having a conversation. Your brand new song is out. Where can people find it? Spotify, Boomplay?
Yeah, so the song is available on all digital platforms, major digital platforms. Spotify, Boomplay, Deezer, Apple Music. They can also go to the Facebook page, Plight Intellect. There'll be links to the song. Instagram, the links in the bio to the song. And there's a site, a website, plightintellect.com. Actually, it's being updated now. We'll be
Our
sharing.
website's still getting the value they should get.
And I think a lot of people are running away from the idea of a site. I'd rather go to a social media page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot happening there because you can find all the fun and things like that, the drama and the information as well. But I think we've concentrated so much on the drama. Yeah, but this site will specifically will also be selling music before it's out on digital platforms. And as well, it will also be selling merchandise. So people can go to plightintellect.com and sign up there. Then they'll be getting updates before anything is out.
All right, let's go straight back to his brand new song right here on the J Lounge on JFM. I'm still getting calls right now. You see what you've left me with right now? Right now, I have to deal with all these calls that are coming through right now.
Crazy.
All right, so let's go straight to his brand new song. The title is If I Leave, and this one is coming all the way from today's guest right as well. Appreciate great music. This is great music right there as well. Something that you can add on your playlist. It has Killer, J Cash, done by Plight.
I'll stay away from your charm, baby, 'cause you give me reasons. You know I can't fight. But when I see you sad, I'll make it my business to make sure you smile, to make sure you're fine. But if I leave,